Ever since the fatal police shooting of Sami Yatim, people have asked the same question. Critical question: could it have been prevented? All the facts aren't in. We simply don't know is the answer for now. Recently, a CityNews investigation revealed that Toronto doesn't yet have a frontline crisis response team to defuse those kinds of confrontations. But what you probably don't know is that Hamilton does. And tonight, Avery Haynes gives us exclusive access to that very special unit.
And we deal with a lot of people, maybe who have suicidal thoughts, people who have maybe schizophrenia, who are off their medication. We're responding to calls with people who are in crisis.
Welcome to the world of Charlie 91.
Want to come for a ride along with us? Sure. Okay, here's your vest.
Ontario's first and so far only mobile crisis rapid response team. The cop is Vladimir Hluska.
My partner, she's unarmed. She's in plain clothes.
And his partner is not a cop. Sarah Burtonshaw is a mental health worker. And together they represent a new frontier of policing.
The goal is to provide the most compassionate care as possible. And that's the only way we can do it, is we work together.
Charlie 91 is the first responder to 911 calls involving a mental health issue in downtown Hamilton, even if weapons and drugs are involved. Earlier today you had a call for a person with a knife on the street.
That also turned out to be EDP call. EDP stands for emotionally disturbed person.
Vlad was there to deal with the the knife component, the criminal component, but I was able to talk with the gentleman, sort of find out a little bit about him, kind of calm him down.
Drop the knife! A call that's eerily similar to this tragedy here in Toronto last summer. Appearing mentally unstable and armed with a knife, 18-year-old Sami Yatim was shot down by 8 police bullets. Toronto doesn't have a first responders team like Hamilton's.
Is it your sense that a program like this would eliminate that from happening?
There is no way that I can stand in front of anybody and say that the rapid response model will prevent future deaths. What it will do is give us another tool in the tool belt to provide better service to those that suffer mental illness on our street.
But there are some tangible signs the program is diffusing crises and averting arrests.
On average, we apprehend about 70% of the people that we interact with, but the rapid response team, mental health worker and police officer, are apprehending at about 25%.
And while Charlie 91 operates out of this cruiser, it lives here.
The police officers actually sit in the space here.
These are the offices of COAST, which stands for Crisis Outreach and Support Team. For 17 years, Terry McGurk has been running this program that merges St. Joe's healthcare with Hamilton Police.
And up here we have our 3 teams. We have our adult team.
In November, he got funding to launch the groundbreaking rapid response pilot project.
How many times have they been dispatched to a crisis?
Over 300 times they've responded since November.
Does that surprise you, how many times you've been called?
It's really surprised me. We were looking at a target of about 250 for the whole year.
Can you call 101 cell, please?
Back in the cruiser with Charlie 91, when a 911 call comes in, Constable Vlad and Sarah each start accessing their separate databases. All of the information that you have in your computer deals with the mental health history.
Yes.
And all of the information that you have in your computer deals with the criminal history.
That's correct.
270 Hamilton cops have undergone the 40 hours of mental health training to be able to wear this pin and sit in this seat. The pilot project is up for review in less than 5 months, and other forces, including Toronto, are showing an interest.
In fact, today I received correspondence from Chief Blair asking for the opportunity to exchange people to look at these different programs.
Police respond to crisis calls, and we're here to help with the mental health components. It's the perfect marriage that way, and it makes a lot of sense.
Now, Toronto police say they are looking at this Hamilton model, but they're also awaiting a report next month that was commissioned to look at what police forces are doing right around the world to deal with issues surrounding the mentally unwell.
This is a pilot project and wraps up shortly. What then?
So it started last November and it's funding until this coming November. And the hope is that there's enough interest to fund, because it does cost money, to fund this so that it would go 7 days a week. Right now it's Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And you may wonder, well, what happens after 10 p.m.? The interesting thing that I did not know is that most calls dealing with mental illness happen in the day as opposed to in the evening. But the weekends are obviously higher as well.
Probably a different source of problems as well.
That's right.
At that time.
That's right.
All right, Avery. Wonderful. Thank you very much.
And I do want to let you know that there is a longer version of tonight's story up on our website. It includes details of this incredible 17-year relationship between the St. Joe's Hospital as well as the Hamilton Police Force. So that's up on the web. And I'd love to hear from you. I am on Twitter at CityAvery.
The Inside Story runs every Tuesday and Thursday on City News. All segments are also up on our website, citynews.ca.